Now watch this drive.
What's up, ballers? And let me hear you holler in the comments. Welcome back to another episode of Hoops Variety Hour with your hosts, Jacob and Cole. Today we are bringing you another installment of Funky Flash Friday, where we answer all your fan questions in only 1 minute. Now, as always, we'll bring out our trusty wizard mug. Who's back? Alright, and since Cole went first last time, I will do the honors to start. Alright, the first question we have here is, can you win with a traditional center in the modern NBA?
That's a good question.
I think that's a stupid question because, first of all, what even is a traditional center anymore? You have the best centers in the league looking like Embiid and Jokic, who are, first of all, very skilled in many different ways. But second of all, you have teams winning with traditional centers every single year. You look at the Warriors, they won with Bogut. Not as like the main guy, but like he was there. You had the Raptors winning. You have Marc Gasol with them. You had Serge Ibaka. Serge Ibaka and him can like shoot threes, but you know, they're not what they're really good at.
Okay, but can you win with a traditional center as one of your main three?
Well, can you even name a traditional center in the league right now who would be like in your main three?
I mean,
Seriously,
Rudy Gobert.
I'm like trying to think.
Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert? Yeah. No. Moving on.
Alright, next question.
What is the best basketball team to never win a championship?
This is a tough question.
I know what I think the answer is.
I think there are two really good teams that never won. One was the Pacers with Reggie Miller, but the answer I'm going to go with, a very homer answer, is the Seattle Supersonics, of course. They had Sean Kemp, they had Gary Payton, Detlef Schrempf, a number of other good players. They had Ray Allen. They were a really good team. Gary Payton, one of the legendary defenders. If you haven't heard about his trash-talking antics, I recommend you give that a listen. Yeah, the Sonics were a really well-rounded team, and I think they just got overshadowed and never won. But also, shout-outs to the Jazz with John Stockton and Karl Malone.
Sorry, 99 Warriors. Moving on.
Next question. This actually is multiple questions from the same person. So we're going to rapid fire them in 1 minute. These questions come to you from Bobby Bavakwa. The questions are, do you think that everyone deserves unconditional love? How do you feel about intense ab exercises and yoga in the morning? What are your thoughts on eggs? And do rocks have rhetoricity?
Alright, answering in the reverse order. Rocks both have and have not rhetoricity. Read Zuluk if you want to know more about that. Eggs are the perfect protein. Not everyone deserves unconditional love from everyone. And intense ab exercises in the morning are misplaced when all you're trying to do is loosen up your hips and stretch out your back.
So intense ab exercises at night?
Well, I think intense ab exercises need to come when the mood hits you.
Of course.
Definitely
when
not.
the time is right.
Not first thing in the morning. Come on now. That's ridiculous.
Weak so. Alright, moving on.
Alright. So what do you think about soccer in Europe's plan to restart their season?
Well, soccer has actually restarted their season in multiple different leagues. The English
Shows what I
Premier
know
League
about soccer.
is back up to date. They're going. My favorite team, Tottenham, is playing Manchester United this weekend. Should be a thriller of a match. Also, the German league, or the Bundesliga, has restarted as well. But I think it's very interesting to kind of watch how the United States is a little bit behind the curve on some of their sports. All the other European nations have gotten their big sport back up and moving very quickly. and they've handled it very well. And they play the games without fans inside the stadium, and so far they've shown that they can kind of handle that responsibility. So I hope the U.S. takes this as an example going forward and learns from their process and gets their sports up and running as well. Hoping to see that with the NBA, MLB, and NHL.
I think I changed my mind. Rocks definitely have rhetoricity.
A mid video switch up, eh?
I mean, it's like, how can they not?
Exactly. All right, moving on to Cole's last question. This is another fan question that comes at you from Evil. And Evil asks, what is the worst anime you've ever watched from start to finish? And why did you make yourself suffer through that?
So, there's a lot of answers to this question. I've watched a lot of really trash anime in my day. You got shows like Akame ga Kill, which I watched to completion for some reason. You could even say the original Pokemon, the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Even some of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series after. Oh my god, they're so trash. But at least there's nostalgia.
And memes.
And memes. There's even more anime that I probably can't think of right now just because I've blocked them from my mind. But when I think of trash anime that I binged and watched to completion, it was actually a show called The Future Diary. And it was sort of like a Hunger Games, death show, contestants have to kill each other in the city. Except the twist is that they all have a diary or a phone that tells them what happens in the future. Except they kind of forget about that halfway through.
Okay.
It's complete with really bad fan service, terrible characters, plagiarism, not very good animation, dumb plot twists. And I was in high school, so I was all in for it. And it was just really entertaining at the time. I look back on it now and I'm like, holy shit.
What was I doing with my life?
I know. My taste has gotten so much better. Now I eat eggs.
Alright. Now moving on to the last question for the episode.
This is a very good one to finish off on. Who is the best tennis player of all time through every era?
Wow. There are a lot of really good options for this one, but I think this era is the best era.
This era,
or I guess
clearly the best era.
The tail end, or this is the tail end of the best era.
Can you imagine
with Roger?
Can you imagine if even one of Roger, Fed, and Nadal? By the way, we're talking about male tennis players because Serena's in my opinion, clearly the best female. But whatever. Roger, Fed, and Nadal. If one of them didn't exist in this era, the other people would fucking eat so much. It would be ridiculous.
They would, but also Roger and Fed are the same person.
Rafa and Fed is what I meant to say.
And Djokovic.
Yes.
Those three. Yes, those three are elite tennis players. As you may not know this, but Cole and I play a lot of tennis ourselves. Those three are elite tennis players. They're all incredibly good in their own right. I think the person that stands out to me slightly above the rest of the pack, though, is Roger Federer. And maybe a little bit of bias because he's also my favorite tennis player.
Fed is way better than Roger.
He is so good. But honestly, Djokovic and Nadal are both extremely good tennis players too, and I think it just proves how competitive and great this era of tennis has really been, with those three players just dominating the game and watching them go against each other. They've had really intense opponents head-to-head, and it's just great tennis.
Now, I've actually, really argued about this debate before. We can give shouts out to, Rod Laver, Boris, some of the other old guys. They're really, really good. They were dominant. Their peak was, ridiculous. I just don't think, based on, the level of competition that we have now, where these are the people that we're talking about, and B, the advancements we've made in athleticism and all that sort of thing.
And even racket technology, too.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that, if they grew up in this time, would they do that? If they grew up in that time, would this happen? But I really just think that, I think that this era is pretty clearly the best era of tennis. And also, first of all, Nadal is way better than Roger. I will be vindicated by that by the end of his career because he's going to have many more years than Roger. B, undisputed best player on clay ever. Not even close. He's 11-1 against Roger on clay.
we've got way over a minute. We're not going to debate this any further.
Yeah, sorry.
Thanks for tuning in to Funky Flash Friday. If you want to get your
put in a
question
small
in the
opinion
next
on,
video,
you know, a little tennis debate.
drop your comment.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Our Hoops. Nailed it. Let's go.
Weak ass! Get your weak ass out of here!